everyone. I'm Rob Goodwin of YourBostonSports.com, live at the World Series Club in West Hartford with my co-host John Corn. Welcome.
How are you, everybody?
A special guest tonight, a very good friend of mine, Brian Brady, Red Sox fan. How are you tonight?
Red Sox fan, a Waterbury Red Sox fan, original Waterbury guy.
A lot of Sox fans down that way.
Jimmy Pearsall grew up in my neighborhood, so
Yeah,
that's
why,
how I
yeah.
started. Yeah, very much so. I told you stories about him.
That's right. So the first shot across the bow about the Yankees signing Garrett Cole to a monster contract. Is that a 9 years?
9 years, 340.
324.
I did that. $36 million a year for 9 years.
How many good years is that going to be?
3.
About 2.5. We hope.
3.
I
Maybe
can't believe
4.
it's going to be 9. I can't believe it's going to be 9.
29. He'll be 30 next year.
Yeah. If he was 30, that would be like a half. That would be. They give him half that as a contract, right?
Yep.
So that kind of eats into the Yankees' ability to be under the CBT. But the Red Sox are in a different position. They've got a cut to be under the CBT. They're at 218, I guess.
Yeah.
So the Yankees are going in the opposite direction, where they had money to spend under the CBT. It's kind of interesting that that's the way it's kind of working out right now. The Red Sox were spending, and the Yankees were not in a smart way, I guess.
It looks like Price is going to be coming up on the chopping block from what I recently read. So there's
Porcello's
a lot
gone,
of
right?
interest in him. Yeah.
Porcello's probably going to be gone, right?
Oh yeah, I would think that would be the case too. But now, I mean, you got Sale, and his health is a little worrisome
Sale,
on
Eovaldi.
the most part. And Ubaldi.
Yeah.
He'll be a keeper. I think they can use him in either the bullpen or out in the starter.
They got Rodriguez, Eovaldi, Sale. Who am I missing here?
Well, as long as Sale stays healthy, that's fine. But if they cut payroll and then they trade a starter like Price, that means they'd only have 3.
Everybody's a question mark.
Well, that's true. But the
Red
problem,
Sox fans obsess about worrying all the time. Well, that's the only thing.
Right? But the problem
Yankee
is,
fans aren't going, "Oh my God, I hope this guy stays healthy." They're
No.
saying, hey, look what we just got.
but Porcello's gone, and if Price goes or Eovaldi goes, then you're down to 3 starters, and who you have after that? That's kind of the issue I have. And Brian Johnson was released, as well he should have been, and I don't know that they have anybody else, so they're going to have to kind of look to see who's
smart
available
enough to find somebody else before they let go of Price.
I would think they have to find 2 or 3 if they let go of Price, because what's your mantra? What you're saying?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Besides that, you can never have.
You can never have enough pitching.
That's right.
Not at all. And I don't know what the minors are looking like. I mean, do you know anything about what's coming out of Rhode Island there?
Not pitching.
Well, I think they hope Velasquez can pitch better, and then that Darlington Hernandez showed some raw talent last year.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be good out of the bullpen. They got Workman. They've got some guys in the bullpen, but starting, I'm not sure.
Like you said, whatever you just said before.
You can never have too much.
Never
pitching.
have too many pitching.
And I guess as far as spending money, that Moreland and Pierce, they haven't signed them. Holt, I guess they're just kind of watching him. They're really not pursuing him at all, because I think there's a utility guy. They don't want to spend the $6 or $7 or $8 million.
And fans in the media tend to treat baseball the same way they treat basketball. One guy can make a gigantic difference. That's not true in baseball.
Right.
Not like
You gotta have a full team.
25 guys. It takes 25 guys to win.
Absolutely.
Well, at some point, someone's going to get injured. You're going to need to fill in the blanks, and the Yankees did a phenomenal job doing that last year. They did a great job. They had more injuries than anybody, and they won 100 games for the second year in a row.
It's hard to not concede the 2020 season right now. I mean, if Tanaka has a good year with this Cole guy, oh my God, they won 103 games without those two.
But they're also shopping Hap to cut salary. So they're going to add a starter and subtract one. And they seem to be thin with starting pitching. They couldn't get past Houston. Of course, that's because
everybody's thin with starting pitching.
Yeah,
everybody.
Well, the reason why they couldn't get past Houston is because there's a trash can cheating scandal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think we need to bring Congress into this thing, just like the steroid thing.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll call a hearing tomorrow. Call Adam Schiff. Cancel the impeachment hearing.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, he's pitching something out there, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
We try to stay apolitical.
He's full of shift.
I won't say who called him this, but somebody called him Shifty Shift. Anyways,
I think there's about 100 million people calling him Shifty Shift.
One in particular got it. Says it right.
So what do you think of this cheating scandal? Is this a big deal about the Astros in especially 2017?
You know, they claim a lot of teams have a lot of cheating going on, and I'm looking as a Patriots fan, I'm looking at the latest that they're saying about filming things and everything else. So, you know, you got to get in the weeds a little bit to figure out what's going on, and get someone that is unbiased. You know, get that kind of opinion,
But
or just come on, let's just play ball. Let's
yeah,
get
but
going.
isn't cheating
That's
part
all
of the
it's
game?
cheating, you know?
For 150 years, they've been stealing signs.
Well, that stealing signs without electronics, which is what the commissioner came out with, several years ago, saying no electronics, no devices. Stealing signs from second base is
a different story.
Is different. Hey, what do they say? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. I don't know.
I mean, but a second baseman standing there giving signs, they've been doing that for 150 years.
That's true.
Now,
and then nothing wrong with that. That's not illegal.
If there's a hard, fast rule to not bring electronics into the game, then they've got to reckon with that. But
right.
You know, this cheating stuff. Come on.
Have they ever really studied it, and does it really aid the process? I mean, if you're cheating signs, do you have enough time to get that?
Does anybody really think the Astros are the team they are because they cheat? Does anybody really believe that?
No, but if they cheated and used electronic means, that's still against the rules.
Right.
You
Now,
know,
if they
still
disobeyed
against
the rules, okay, they disobeyed the rules. If I'm driving down 91 doing 80 miles an hour and a cop pulls me over, I'm disobeying the rules.
That happens?
No. But
planning where he's going later?
they're not winning because they're cheating.
That's true.
These guys are professionals at a level we can't even comprehend. They're not going. It's like the steroid thing. That nothing irritated me more than that.
Right.
Manny Ramirez is the hitter he was because he cheated.
Yeah.
It's impossible to be that
You're
good.
right, but it's still against the rules.
It's still against the rules.
Now,
you got me on that one. But this thing, in fact, they had a hitting coach on the MLB show one time, and he was saying that a lot of batters do not want to see what's going to get thrown at them next. They don't want to have to think. They're in there. They're in the zone. They don't have to think. Carl Yastrzemski said that in his book.
Sure.
The only time I'm not thinking about baseball is when I'm on the field. I think about it morning, noon. I think about it in my sleep. But on the field, I stop thinking about it. I just move on instinct.
So I got
a lot of guys aren't. Gee, is this going to be a high curveball? They're not thinking that way.
Yeah, right.
So the whole thing's blown out of proportion with this cheating thing.
Well, I got one last question. Alex Cora was the bench coach at the time, and he's been interviewed by the commissioner's office. So the question is he going to be impacted by this with a fine or suspension? And if so, what do you guys think of that? Does that make his leash that much shorter, for this year being successful or not?
I don't know. Cora came on board. The big surprise was he had one heck of a year. That if he could repeat that again, we'd all be very happy. But I'm not putting anything against Cora for the way he managed. He runs a good clubhouse. Everybody respects the guy. He speaks the language of many of his players.
Right.
I think he just blends into what's going on there. So,
but remember,
he's like Francona.
Remember, he is, and I think he's a very good manager. But if he gets suspended, he's working for a head of baseball operations that did not hire him. So does that make it so that Chaim Bloom looks at it and goes, shorter leash, because I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could.
Yeah, that's an interesting shift over there too, as compared to the way Dombrowski did business, and now the other side.
Well, he kept Farrell until he didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And now John Farrell is a lobster fisherman. He bought a boat. I think he's out of Gloucester. And
is he cheating? Is he doing it correctly? Or is he
he's
cheating?
using many electronic devices. I can tell you that much.
He's using the wrong kind of worm right now.
Those traps are too big, right?
He's using a GPS to spot that fish.
Yeah.
Well, so in a short number of weeks from now, we're going to Red Sox Winter Weekend at MGM in Springfield and the Mass Mutual Center. I don't know if you are planning on going.
I wasn't. I'm not sure. What? Well, I'll have to look at the dates.
Yeah, tickets are available. It's January 16th through the 18th, but the big day is Saturday the 17th. So we'll be there doing our show live a number of times on that Saturday. So we're looking forward to that. And it's going to snow because it always does, but we'll make it. It's a short drive from Mr. Korn's office.
Yeah.
I think I have to deliver holy pierogies maybe that weekend, but we could shift that around.
Yeah, the shameless plug for Holy Pierogies.
In there for the holy ones. Yeah.
You see Holy Pierogies in your supermarket?
Do you want to know why they're called holy pierogies?
Yes.
We call them holy pierogies because these are pierogies without sin, but they're sinfully delicious.
That's terrific. That's
Very
I'm going to
good.
go out and buy some right when I leave here tonight.
A sinless
Many
pierogi.
IGA store around, Rocky Hill and all of them. So
All right, coming to an IGA near you. Well, I think we're going to wrap up this brief show because we have some food to eat back there. So we're at the World Series Club in West Hartford. There's still time if you want to come here. The guest is Ed Rapiano, former Major League umpire and current supervisor of umpires for Major League Baseball. It's at the VFW in West Hartford. $45 gets you dinner and a meet and greet and the Q&A session. And these sessions are always interesting, and this one should be no exception.
All right.
So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Brian Brady, our esteemed guest tonight.
all right. Well, I appreciate the invite. This will be my first one, and hopefully not the last. So
You did terrific.
as long as we talk Red Sox, I'm in.
Well, I'm sure our number of views is going to skyrocket because of your presence tonight.
I have to do one other plug if you don't mind. I have a son-in-law that's a baseball coach.
Where?
For Central High School in Bristol. Bunty Ray is his name. And he and two other fellas just took over the Armory in downtown Bristol.
I heard about that. That's your relative.
And that's my son-in-law. And they went in there and they got some grant money and they're working well with Mr. Carpenter, who owns all that stuff in that area, the buildings. And he's just opened up. He's open for business. I think they just signed up Central Connecticut for some winter practices and
Right.
winter baseball practices and hitting
Very good.
clinics and everything. So we're excited about that. So you asked me if I was retired? I don't
You're
think
busier
so.
than you ever were, I bet.
I know Brian. He's never retiring.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Everybody
the truth.
everybody I know that is retired always say, I don't know how I had time to work. I can't wait to find out what
That's
that
right.
feels like. But
Yeah.
But thanks for the invite.
Thank
I
you,
really
Brian.
appreciate
Mr. Gorn, always a pleasure. Thanks
right.
everyone for watching. We're looking for a great meeting tonight with Ed Rapiano, former Major League umpire. Again, if you're in the area, West Hartford, VFW on South Road, $45 if you're not a member, $30 if you are, and I think kids under 18 are $10. Great family entertainment, great family organization. We highly recommend it. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.
All right.